Hi, Rhiannon Scherer with MIS605 talking about thin net versus thick net in Unit 4. So basically, when I started off in network engineering years ago, 20 years ago now, it was very much we were just moving away from thin net back to thick net because of network latency issues with thin net. So in thin net, everything that's hosted on the server has to go across the network in order to then be able to communicate with the client side. The problem with this was that our networking speeds just weren't capable of transferring that much data at the time. So as that progressed, then ThinNet became kind of reevaluated again as interesting as something that would prevent network engineers or help desk from having to go around to all these different computers in order to update them, patch them, etc. So definitely when items are hosted in a centralized location, it adds to the security of the ThinNet clients themselves because they do not need to be patched to the same rigor. There's nothing that can be stolen from them because nothing is actually stored on them. So even if somebody steals the computer itself, they're not going to get any of the data that's associated with it. So I obviously am a proponent now of the net, although that's definitely a reversal from 20 years ago when I was not. I look at technologies such as the new Google Stadia, and really this is just an evolution of that thin net. It's the ability with Google Stadia to put all of the processing power, all the capacity needed to play these high-end games on the server side, and then basically allow people to have any type of front-end thin net client that they want in order to play those games because everything's going to be processed on the server. Now, what I will find interesting about this is it kind of seems like a vicious cycle, and we've seen it with the net to thick net, back to thin net again, as systems are capable of processing more things and at a higher computing power, then the network pipes it doesn't just like kind of move in the same angle of everything going up. Instead, now the network pipes are too small to support that type of data. So then we go back to ThickNet for a while those networking pipes catch up with the processing power, and then eventually we're back at the net again. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with something like Google Stadia because although I think Google's totally capable of doing the back-end systems, if you don't have a really high-speed internet connection, is it going to cause latency issues on the front-end client, the net experience that weren't seen when it was just data being transmitted versus these high-end gaming systems? So I think that's going to be something that we watch for when it cycles, and if it's going to cycle again through that the net to thick net, back to the net, and to kind of watch those industry trends go on. But I'm excited to see it because I think it is the next evolution of the net. Thank you very much.